Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Alexander Volkanovski's coach, Joe Lopez, recently spoke about the biggest advantage Volk has over Islam Makhachev as the two prepare to face off in just 2 weeks. Here's the clip.
It's funny you say his size. You know, he's small, so he's got very short legs, so it's very hard to hold him down. Very hard. He's got a lower center of gravity, so he's hard to take down. So these things that people are going against him are actually advantages to him. You know, he's got short arms. His arms are not short. I guess, you know, the people say he's got like a really long reach, but his reach comes because of his back. You know, he's got a huge back and that. But yeah, those short limbs make it very, very hard to hold him and do things to him, you know.
During a recent interview with the Schmo, Beneil Dariush reveals that he will not be facing Dustin Poirier anytime soon. However, the UFC are targeting a showdown between him and Charles Oliveira in May.
Yeah, so definitely not Dustin, because we asked for that fight, and then clearly it was turned down because he ended up fighting somebody else, and then we asked for it again, and he actually just in public even said he's not interested. So it is what it is. You know, I've kind of given my opinion. I think if he doesn't really want to fight top guys, he should really consider retiring. Fighting is not a fun sport to do if you're not motivated and if you don't want to fight the best guys. And then Charles Oliveira, here's the thing I've been having with Charles. The UFC originally was like, hey, what do you think about fighting him in Brazil, which was like a couple of weeks ago, I think, or it was last week, I don't know. And I was like, can I get a little bit more time? It turns out my MCL was torn. I didn't know it was that bad. So,
from the fight with Gamrot?
It was before the fight, but it wasn't like super bad. I just had to wear a knee brace, and I was like, hey, you know, I got it checked out. It's actually torn, so I'd like to just start my camp fresh. Can I have a little bit extra time? So can we do February? And they said, okay, yeah, we'll do February. February turned into March. March turned into April, and now they're talking about May.
What do you guys think about a matchup between Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira? Let us know your opinion in the comment section. During an interview with Helen Sports, Chito Vera states that he will become a world champion in 2023.
I have a really tough fight ahead of me and I'm prepared. I've been doing everything in my hands. I've been training non-stop since my last fight, and honestly, I will just show a better version of myself. I've been putting in work, and when fights come to fight, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass.
And in the perfect situation for you, does it look like beating Corey in February and possibly fighting for that title and winning the belt in maybe July or the summer?
It's a big possibility. You know, if I got in there and put in a good performance, get the win, I mean, what else can I do? You know, I beat already 2 guys in the top 5. I have been in good guys. I fought good opponents in the past, so I mean, I will just have my job speak for myself, and the UFC will do the right thing and give me a title shot at some point. I'm coming in hot. I'm ready to go, and I'm putting on a show. So I'm ready. So you guys will see. I'm becoming a world champion this year.
Conor McGregor has revealed on social media that he's been offered a coaching spot on the next season of The Ultimate Fighter. Here's what McGregor posted to Instagram. This is a snap from the original Ultimate Fighter house where I coached versus Uriah Faber. This photo was just before the show though. It was right before I won my first world title, beating Uriah's teammate Chad Mendez around. I then went on to coach the famous fight show straight after the fight, with a big black eye and a gash, my tricolor and my new first ever UFC gold belt. I waltzed into the notorious fight gym in Las Vegas, the slickest suits and shouts the show had ever seen before, on top of the silverware, and I coached my team to victory. Crazy, some journey. I have just been offered to coach this role again. I like it. It is full immersion, which is needed. I see fighters lining up, I know what's ahead, and I've been ready. What do you guys think about this? And would you like to see McGregor coach on The Ultimate Fighter again? In a recent interview, Luke Rockhold had this to say about Jon Jones fighting at heavyweight.
I mean, who knows what the challenges are going to be in after the fact, but I mean, Ciryl gone, and Francis already beat him up pretty good, and he out-wrestled him, so I think Jon Jones sees the wrestling angle. At him as a heavyweight, how good is he going to be at wrestling? He was able to out-wrestle DC at light heavyweight, so why couldn't he out-wrestle Ciryl gone at heavyweight? It's pretty clear what he's going to try to do. Use his range, wrestle, and drop heavyweight elbows on people's heads. He's going to be a lot bigger. It's going to be interesting to see how he works and how he moves. But does it work? Does it work? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't.
Ariel Helwani doesn't believe that power slap will last and thinks the sport is scraping the bottom of the barrel. Here's what Ariel had to say about Daniel Cormier promoting the slap league in a recent Q&A.
Is DC a company guy? Yeah, of course. He's always been a company guy, and that's why the company loves him. But, you know, they talked about the Dana thing on his show and all that stuff. He was there. They asked him for 20 seconds. I didn't really think that much of it, if I'm being honest. It's the ones who are doing it after the fact that are worse. But if you look at the clip, he clearly states, I think he says, like, I just watched it or something like that. So it's well before. Now, does that completely defend them? No, it's not, you know, it's not great theater. It's not sport. It's bottom of the, you know, of the barrel stuff. It's really low rent. I mean, I can't say enough about how bad it is. He's there. He works for the UFC. Hey, DC gives a couple words. Most people, I think, in his position would do that. So now if it was after the fact, you know, if this is being taped after the incident, way worse, but it wasn't. So important to note that. I still maintain, by the way, like, I don't think this is a poor reflection on Dana, the UFC, whatever. I still maintain the ones who look the worst in all of this are the commissions, and in particular in Nevada, the officials, both the ones working for Nevada and the UFC, who are attaching themselves to this. Because to me, you're losing a lot of credibility, if not all of it. It ain't gonna work. There's no appetite for it. It should have just been an online thing, to be honest, and leave it at that. But hey, you know, they've got resources and money, and it's worth taking a stab, I guess, to try to own another sport, but this will not last. Like, everyone could calm down.
Daniel Cormier debates whether or not Alex Pereira can handle a wrestler. Here's what DC had to say.
Especially when we saw Adesanya have an ability to not only take him down, but hold him down and keep him down. But he ain't shying away from it. When you see Izzy hold him down for as long as he did, you start to question whether or not he could handle a wrestler. But don't forget, guys, he got taken down based on one of his mistakes. It wasn't Adesanya shooting on him, taking him down. And I'm a guy that when I see Alex Pereira, I wrestle Alex Pereira. And there are multiple clips of it. Everywhere I run into the guy, I try to single leg him. And when I grab his leg, dude is strong. He goes right to my wrist with his hands, and he starts to try to defend the right way. Now, am I saying that I couldn't take him down? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that as a big guy, now me heavy, overweight, not anywhere near weighing what this guy weighs, when I grab him, he does feel pretty strong. And he does seem to have an understanding of how to defend takedowns. But I do believe that comes when the takedown is thrown at him. I think where he may struggle is with all the in-between wrestling.
Jorge Masvidal took to Twitter to announce that he'll be releasing some big fight news soon. Masvidal tweeted, "Big fight news coming soon." Gilbert Burns then replied to Masvidal's tweet saying, "London? What do you guys think about Masvidal's news? And will we finally see Gilbert Burns and Jorge face off at UFC 286 in London? Let us know your opinion in the comment section below." Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.